Hello, everybody. It's your boy Retro, your humble host of the show, the Late Night Horror Show. Um, Today I have something a little different for y'all than gameplay or anything else. And yes, there is a game video that should come out either before this or after this, but either way, same day. So, I have been pondering some things about the channel, and I've been making some decisions for myself. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life and outside of it. A lot of decisions I have to make because of my lifestyle and because of who I want to be in the future. What kind of person I want to be, what role model I want to be, and what kind of example I want to set on a platform that has so many different things. So many crazy things. So, I just wanted to come out to all of you and talk to you about I guess you could call drastic change. Not really. But it's a change that's going to happen in this channel, and hopefully it'll bring in a wider band of community that I would like to see rise from this kind of environment we're all living in right now. So, as you know, or as you might know just now, either from context or from this video or from the video that might come out this day, today, I am a Christian. I am a devoted Christian, or at least I'm trying to be. See, God has changed my life in incredible and miraculous ways. He gave me chances when I did not deserve them. He's kept me going all these years through depression, suicidal thoughts, through trauma, heartbreak, everything you can think of. And of course, I can't really complain because beyond all the things I've been through, I've still had a pretty decent and on-set life. And because of my faith, I've been able to look at myself with honesty and with a lot more respect and dignity. But with that comes things that I need to change about my life, about my lifestyle, about the decisions I make, because I need to realize that the decisions and the actions I perform are no longer just for me, are no longer just things that I will be doing, but I will also be doing them as a representative of the Lord. So, if you don't really know what that means in this context, I'm going to be changing some things about the channel and about my lifestyle. I am still going to be the same goofy gamer that you have maybe been watching for a while now, maybe. Or if you're new to this and this is the first thing you see, I hope it greets you very well. I want to make changes, and I want to be a role model for the Lord. And right now, if the things that you are hearing, if they somehow offend you, or if you do not enjoy what you are hearing, I'm not sorry. But at the same time, this is an open platform, so if you don't like what you're hearing, you do not have to stay. And I completely respect that decision. I completely respect what you have to think about what I do. And if you have any judgment, I mean, it won't really affect me, but I respect that judgment and your opinion. It's just how life works, and I should come to understand that no matter what the situation is. So, okay, sorry, brief interruption. So, you might be asking, what does this mean for future content, and what does this mean for the future of this channel, or whatever it may become? Well, the channel will still happen. all of these videos, all of these goofy gameplays, anything else I think of for content, it will happen, and it will continue. But there will be some changes. I'll briefly, here in a second, go into that deeper, but right now, I just want to explain. My entire life, have struggled with a lot of things, with addictions, with pain, depression, any kind of thing that you could think any common human being would go through. But unlike a decent amount of common human beings, I was offered a way out. And I, at first, kind of denied that way out. I said I believed in God. I said I believed in Jesus and that my heart was fully in it, but there was no action behind my faith. And as I grew, I realized that without that action, my faith was pretty much dead, and that there wasn't really any true faith there. Rather than taking a leap of faith, it's like I kind of just lightly climbed down the tower rather than falling into the grace of God. So, because of events that have gone on in my life, and the more I have dug into my faith, I have realized that I need Jesus more than anything in this life. I need the Lord more than anything I could ever comprehend. And that's the truth of any Christian. We are not perfect in any means. We are not better in any means. We just have a truth that we put all of our faith and abidance in. We have the truth. And if you don't believe that that's the truth, if you don't believe that that's what it is, well, opinions are a wonderful and very valid thing. But the point is, rather than just having them be empty words, I have actually put discretion and following and action into my faith. I've started doing that recently, and I've started seeing improvements. I've started becoming better, feeling better, doing better for other people, giving, receiving the grace of God and His Word. And yes, I've still struggled everywhere. That's like the biggest point of Christians. We're not at all close to perfect. We're no better than any normal person. We just have somebody to guide us through the darkness and to help us into the light. And that's the best thing we could ever ask for. The only thing we could ever ask for. And we're not even worthy of that. None of us are. We did horrible things to a perfect man. Now, I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and that He is the one way to heaven, and that He is my salvation, and He is the one who's looked after me throughout my life. Through people, through conversations, through scripture, anything, music, anything. And it's been so gratifying. I could sit here for hours and just explain how beautiful the grace of God is and the grace of creation is. But I do want to get to the point with it. I want to make changes in my life. And if I'm going to make those changes and be a representative of the Lord, I have to be a representative everywhere. I cannot be a Christian in private, nor can I just be a Christian in public. I have to be a devout follower of Christ everywhere, in every aspect of my life. And that's not to say that I'll be great at it from the start, that in one night I'll just randomly, boom, everything snaps back into place and suddenly I'm just this great, upright, bright guy. That's not how it works. It doesn't work overnight. It works in His timing. But that does not mean I get to just lounge back and expect something to happen. I have to put work behind my words, like everything else in life. So, I wanted to make this update video to tell y'all exactly what that work behind my words will be. And I would like to describe that now. As for content, everything will pretty much be the same. You'll still get retro, still get swirly, still get all the great guys. Everybody else you haven't met yet, and everybody else you will meet, or have met, and the people that you love. My friends and my amazing group are And heck, maybe it'll expand and you'll find more people I bring along the way to join us in this crazy journey. Hopefully, join me in my walk with God. You never know. But the point is, I'm cutting back on a lot of things that drive me away from God. So, the first thing I want to bring up is the cursing, is the swearing in the videos. Yes, it's funny. Yes, it is quite literally second nature to me at this point. It's kind of sad, but it is. A lot of people may not find a problem with that. Other people who understand where I am coming from would have a problem with that. I do not care what their judgment is. I do not care what a person's judgment is on this situation. Now, is criticism okay? Absolutely, especially since I'm a Christian. But there is only one word of judgment that will ever fully matter to me and will change me like that. And that is the judgment of God. And he has made it very clear that I need to change a decent amount of stuff in my life. So, in the videos, especially with me and Swirly, or just me, because I'm going to start recording alone a lot more now. Just, to get myself out there so y'all can enjoy some time with Retro and not just have my friends around, I can't always have them around, sadly. I wish I could. Cool. We're going to cut back on the swearing, though, or at least try our best to. I just got off the phone with Swirly. Me and him talked for a long time. No, not a long time, but we talked just because I wanted to communicate it with him. I wanted to be open with him about it so it wasn't a shock to anybody. And I was like, okay, I need to make a video just to clear this up with everybody. So yeah, we're going to be cutting back on the swearing, which I have better of friends than I could ever ask for. Because there wasn't problems with it. There wasn't, why can't I swear, or anything like this. It's just support. It's great. It's beautiful. I seriously couldn't ask for better friends. If you ever ask me, what's one thing you could gloat about? Well, I could gloat about God, and I could gloat about my beautiful, beautiful friend group. They are part of my foundation, dude. They're awesome. They're so great. And yeah, they have their flaws too, but I mean, if they didn't, what kind of Christian would I be? I'll get back on topic, but I love what I am able to do with this content and with everything I do. But I want more people to be able to enjoy it. Like, great examples. Any family Minecraft YouTuber you could think of. Like Dan TDM, dude, he doesn't curse. He's awesome for that. And Corey X Kenshin, he says some uncanny stuff here and there, but man, if he's not a role model, he's awesome, dude. And that's something I aspire to look forward to. Something I aspire to be like, where I can manage that and be better about that. And bring God into everything, because he deserves the grace and glory of everything I do. So, yeah, we're going to be cutting back on cursing. What that really means is, we kind of curse like sailors. We're kind of crazy about that. And, slightly to our defense, again, we grew up around that, so it's kind of like second nature. But not to our defense, not really an excuse. So, that just means a lot of the videos will kind of cut out some of those things, or sometimes it is still funny, and sometimes I even still enjoy certain aspects about what happens or the funny moments. But obviously, me and Swirly will be watching ourselves. I will be watching myself a lot on that, and I'll be trying to get better about it. And if we do slip up, it'll be bleeped out, or, it'll be something funny. I love doing the perfectly cut scream stuff or something, so we could just do that. I want everybody to be able to enjoy themselves, but I'm not going to give up my walk and my faith just to appease anybody who doesn't respect that decision. Not to say that people won't. I'm sure a lot of people really won't care that I'm making this decision. A lot of people probably won't see a difference. But the point is, I'm not going to subside my faith just because I want to get monetization or views on a video. That doesn't make sense. I'd never do that. That's dumb. But either way, I'm making these changes in my life. And thankfully, I have a supportive friend group who's willing to mostly do it with me, or at least help me out with it and be along my side during it. So yeah, cursing will be cut back on, which hopefully means I can wideband this and get a broader audience, maybe some younger kids who want to aspire something or be like, man, that looks cool, man, good friend group right there. Or even some adults who are like, hey, these kids are maturing out and they're being smart about what they're doing. That's great. Either way, I don't really care who has judgment on it. I care that I become a good role model. Wow, man, I am stuttering like crazy. I care that I become a good role model for what a Christian should be and show that my faith is true and has a solid foundation. And that foundation is God. Other pressing matters, which there's really only one, but I've realized I'm slowly losing steam with a lot of the recording stuff just because I kind of get nervous with certain things and, freak out as it happens, especially since I'm still kind of starting. I want to work on making videos more like highlight videos. So pretty much how it usually works for me is I will record about an hour-long segment and I'll piecemeal those into videos. I'll cut them out. We've probably noticed it, but I'll cut them out in certain blank spots. I've started doing around the 20-minute mark because that's usually how long videos are, and that's usually how long people can withstand to sit for a YouTube video for a while, if that. But I kind of want to just make it to where, y'all can still enjoy the content, but it's the good parts, it's the funny parts, it's the stuff y'all can enjoy. And then, when there are certain activities, or maybe live streams in the future, that's when you'll get the uncut stuff, the stuff I used to do, where it's just hour-long videos, and you're just like, whoa, all these experiences. Or stuff like these sit-down talks, maybe I just have, here and there, a podcast type thing with my friends or something we can all enjoy. But the point is, I will be trying to focus on getting y'all content that doesn't have too many awkward pauses or stuff that's oh man, there goes the comedy out the window, Just trying to give y'all stuff y'all enjoy. Beyond that, not much is really changing. I'm trying to work on an outro and maybe an intro for the channel, getting stuff done. In this latest video, you'll hear or have heard that I'm also trying to work on a video game of my own, so that's taking up a fair amount of my time. One day I'll probably go in depth with that, or you'll just see it one day, maybe, if I actually commit to doing this, which I've committed 2 years into developing this damn thing. I'm just working on me, and it's been pretty great so far. There's been a lot of struggles, been a lot of ups and downs, but pretty sure that's just how life works. Pretty sure I'm learning that pretty decently fast by now. But either way, if you want to continue to support us, or if this reaches new people and they learn new things about the channel, that's great. I will probably set this as the video that is introduced to new people. But either way, I just want to show y'all that if anybody really cares, other than the one person that really matters, I'm trying to make a difference, and I'm trying to be better about who I am and who I want to influence and what kind of influence I want to be. And I want to be a godly influence. I want to be a Christian influence. I want to be of the Lord, because that's where I'm at peace, and that's what's changed my life and made me better. So many role models in my life that have changed for the better because of Christ. One of my biggest examples is my dad. He was actually pretty much the reason I turned my life around, and when I started actually believing, and then after years of just believing, I finally started putting work into this faith and becoming better and digging into everything. And yeah, I still struggle a lot with it, but that's something that God's working on with me, and I can't wait to be able to just be a shining bright light with His love, man. And if you don't know, but maybe deep down somewhere you do want to hear it, or maybe you don't want to hear it, doesn't matter. God loves you. And if you think there's a chance, he's knocking at your door. He wants you to open up. Now, if you don't fly with that, or you're not cool with that, it's alright. But it's not going to stop me from doing my mission here on this good old planet. So, I want to thank you for listening, and it's actually a lot shorter than I thought it would be, which is kind of crazy. I won't really have to edit much, but thank you for listening. And if you stick with me throughout this long journey and this trial and error, thank you. Thank you in the long run. I appreciate you all. And hope you all have a blessed night. God bless. Peace.